about to do our welcome song, and if you'd like to stand as you are able, please do. But if you like sitting, that's fine too.
I'm in the right place at the right time. I am just where I'm supposed to be. I'm in the right place at the right time. I am just where I'm supposed to be. I'm in the right place at the right time. I am just where I'm supposed to be. I'm in the right place at the right time. I am just where I'm supposed to be. Oh, my soul is welcome here. Oh, my soul is welcome here. I am getting the message loud and clear. My soul is welcome here. I'm in the right place at the right time. I am just what I'm supposed to be. I'm in the right place at the right time. I am just what I'm supposed to be. Oh, my soul is welcome here. Oh, my soul is welcome here. I am getting the message loud and clear. My soul is welcome here. Oh, my soul is welcome here. Oh, my soul is welcome here. I am getting the message loud and clear. My soul is welcome here. I am getting the message loud and clear. My soul is welcome here.
Welcome, everyone. I'm an old ex-school teacher, so I can probably broadcast out, but I'll use this anyway. And happy Mother's Day to all you mothers out there, and grandmothers, and great-grandmothers, and dog mothers. Yes, dog mothers too. The special four-legged doggies. Well, I'm Jack Porter, a member of Unity, and I want to welcome you to Unity of the Hill Country, where we offer a positive path for spiritual living. Let us pray. We give thanks to this beautiful day full of possibilities. We feel God's presence and power in all and all around us. We are truly blessed, feeling wholeness. We extend our blessings to everyone. We are blessed all those who are in the path to God. Many names of God, only one God, and God is expressed through all creations. We come together this morning to experience and express the Christ Spirit that dwells within each of us, and so it is. Amen. If you're joining us on Facebook, welcome. Let's take just a little time to connect together. Please feel free to comment and introduce yourselves. And this is our time together, and we share in love. Feel free to post or tweet about Unity of the Hill Country. If you're here in this auditorium, please silence your phone so it will not disturb our gathering. Unity is a global, inclusive spiritual community. We offer practical, uplifting resources to help people of all faiths apply positive spiritual principles. Here at Unity, we honor all paths to God. Please join me in affirming the mission and vision statements. To live consciously, celebrating divine potential in all. And our statement of faith, there is only one presence, one power, active in my life and in the universe. God, the good, the omnipotent. Reverend Bob, do you have a few announcements?
Just wanted to start by saying good morning and happy Mother's Day. Now, I am very aware that Mother's Day brings up a lot of different emotions. Some people it's pleasant, some unpleasant. If a lot of unpleasant stuff is coming up, I encourage you to explore forgiveness. But on the other hand, I'm looking forward to just sharing the message that I've got for you today. And I'm blanking out. There was something else I wanted to say. It must not be that important. Oh, okay, yeah. I was talking about this for the last few weeks. If you've got any of the older Unity apps, dailyword.com, the YouPray app, they've all been disabled and consolidated in this new application. For your phone, or you can check it, of course, on your laptop as well. So b.unity.org, you can find everything there, the prayer requests, et cetera, et cetera. Okay?
Thank you, Reverend Bob. The Daily Word keeps us a unity movement connected with the world wide since 1924. This week's reader is Donna. No. Judy. Come on up, Judy. Your name was not on the scripts. I'm sorry.
Well, today the word is about the blessing for mothers. I bless all mothers with thoughts of gratitude. Let us repeat that. I bless all mothers with thoughts of gratitude. There's nothing quite like a mother's love, so nurturing, caring, and warm. Today I bless the women in my life who express this love in all they do. Whether it's the woman who raised me or any of the other women I know who so generously share a mother's love. I have felt the love of God through their tender touch and encouraging words. Over the years, I have grown strong and confident under their kind direction and have relied upon their wisdom. The divine feminine flourishes on earth in the loving words and caring hands of mothers and all those who share a mother's love. I bless them and pray they know the love of God as they have shared it so generously with me. Scriptures from 2 Kings 4:30. Then the mother of the child said, "As the Lord lives and as you yourself live, I will not leave you." Let's repeat the affirmation. I bless all mothers with thoughts of gratitude.
Thank you, Judy. The Unity Movement started in 1889 with the answered prayer. Myrtle Fillmore was healed from tuberculosis. We are honored to pray with you. Please place a prayer request in the prayer box next to the door here, or email us, or go to Unity of the Hill Country or unityhillcountry.org and click on Ministries. Please join us with the congregational song, Days Like This.
You can stand if you'd like. A lot of y'all are going to know this song.
be days like this.
When there's no one complaining,
There'll be days like this.
when everything falls into place like the flick of a switch. While my mama told me
There'll be days like this. There'll be days like this. There'll be days like this.
when you don't get betrayed. I had a old Judas kiss. Oh, my mama told me
There'll be days like this.
when you don't need an answer.
There'll be days like this.
When you don't need a chance.
There'll be days like this.
When all the parts of the puzzle start to look like they fit. Oh, my mama told me
There'll be days like this.
Every day's like tricks when you don't have freeloaders out to get their kicks. When it's nobody's business the way I wanna live, I have to remember
There'll be days like this.
no one steps on my dreams.
There'll be days like this.
When people understand what I mean.
There'll be days like this.
When you ring out the changes of how everything is. Well, my mama told me
There'll be days like this.
my mama told me
There'll be days like this.
my mama told me
There'll be days like this.
my mama told me
There'll be days like this.
Now it's time for our meditation song.
All I have and all I feel is all because of you. All I reap is all I sow, and love is the living proof. Thank you for life. Thank you for everything. I stand here in grace and gratitude, and I thank you. Seasons come and seasons grow, no matter what we choose. A thousand names, a thousand roads, all lead to one simple truth. Thank you for life.
open our hearts in gratitude. If you haven't already, relax, close your eyes, get ready for our meditation and our prayer this morning. Feel the back of the chair against your back. Feel yourself grounded as if you were growing roots down from your feet. And then notice the smallest finger on your left hand. Is it feeling cool or is it feeling warm at that moment? Our bodies are now grounded. And allow your focus to drop from your head down to your heart. And from your heart to the very center of your torso. The gateway of chi, the very center of the spiritual being that's having a human experience. Feel the radiating light touching every cell in your body and going beyond your physical form to bless all around you, all those things that you are passionate about. We are open and receptive to God's living Spirit of truth, the divine guidance that is always available to us through our intuition. We allow that intuition, the wisdom to lead. The intellect and the feelings follow behind. And in unity, whenever we take time to meditate and pray, we take some time to pray for others. So bring to mind any individuals, groups, situations, conundrums that you'd like to pray for now. We include all of the prayer requests received here at Unity of the Hill Country on our website or handwritten prayer requests in our prayer chest near their door. And let's see and know that the divine substance, the divine potential, and the divine perfection are in and expressing through each of these requests as wholeness, as the highest good. Today and every day hereafter. Let's now pray for unity of the Hill Country. Let us see unity of the Hill Country thriving in consciousness, people, and revenues. Today and every day hereafter. The God presence expressing as unity of the Hill Country is a divine magnet attracting anyone who can benefit from who we are and what we are about. Attracting health, prosperity, love, and joy to unity of the Hill Country and all who are guided here today and every day hereafter. I now encourage you to take the words I'm about to speak as your prayer words in this meditation. As I walk through life, I experience many things, pleasant and unpleasant. Whatever is happening in my life, I know the help and support of this God presence applies divine order better than I can expect in my human mind. This area between my navel and my heart is my center of wisdom. I call forth my spiritual gift of wisdom and recognize that it is a divine idea. Suddenly, the fog I have been walking through lifts. The mist clears. Any sense of frustration just dissolves. I release it and let it go. This beacon of the divine mind leads my human mind today and every day hereafter. And as I prepare for 3 minutes of silence, I embrace and express the divine idea of human life in the silence. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I am grateful. I trust the God presence to guide me in fully expressing a human life, to bring order, strength, and a new peace to my life. In this God presence, I am whole, I am complete, I am restored. And as I walk through this coming week, I realize that Adam and Eve are symbolic. Both Adam and Eve are in each one of us. I am willing to experience life. I embrace it. Sometimes it's pleasant, sometimes it's unpleasant. But I take my chances. And I trust and know that divine order is something that I can pray in any situation. And for my ever-growing awareness of the omnipotence, omniscience, and omnipresence of God, I open my heart chakra and pour forth gratitude. I pray these things in the name, and the nature, and the power that we know is symbolized by Jesus Christ. And as we draw our focus back to the sanctuary, I'll read the words of Charles Fillmore. He labeled it his invocation. We are now in the presence of pure being, immersed in the Holy Spirit of life, love, and wisdom. We acknowledge thy presence and thy power, O blessed Spirit. And by divine wisdom, now erase our mortal limitations. And from thy pure substance of love, bring into manifestation our world according to thy perfect law. Amen. Okay, time for a virtual hug. Good morning. When I was a kid, I was very puzzled at the logo of the American Medical Association. Let's go ahead and put it up here. There's this post, and there are two snakes going up it. And I had to laugh. It seems like everybody feels like they need to modernize their logo, but out of all of that, the AMA decided to keep the snake pulling up a pole. Now, I don't know about you, but when I was a kid, I was told that snakes were evil. They were things to be avoided. So we're going to explore a little bit about why I might have been terribly misinformed as a child. Unity has this powerful approach to the Bible of recognizing that any narrative story in there is just loaded with symbolism. And we've been able to pull all of these things together back 100 years ago in the Metaphysical Bible Dictionary. And for me, I have a difficulty understanding why people would take other approaches. You're certainly welcome to, like we talked about last week. I can read the Bible literally, but then I have to explain why certain books in the Hebrew Bible contradict others. Some are written as actually a counterpoint to the other books. Even within the four Gospels, there's some disagreements. So how do you reconcile that stuff? And what I've found each time is if I understand the symbolism of it, it makes sense, and it applies to my life right now in 2023. In the way these books were arranged, 66 books from Genesis to the book of Revelation. In Genesis, we have a starting point. We have Adam and Eve consciousness. And slowly but surely we experience things, we have life, and then suddenly there's this Christ consciousness, which says, you can forget most of that other stuff. Here is where you need to go from this point forward. And then you get to this book of Revelation, which is wonderful symbolism of the God presence within ourselves fighting with other stuff, and I'm very grateful that God won. So, Adam consciousness. Adam consciousness is, wow, I'm a human being, but hey, I need to accumulate all of these material things. I'm trying to survive, and occasionally I'll pray to God to take care of me. Christ consciousness is, hey, I recognize that I'm a spiritual being having a human experience. The Father and I are one. If you have seen me, you have seen the Father. All authority on heaven and on earth have been given unto me, but the Father is greater than me. So, I'm going to read to you this section of Genesis that talks about Adam and Eve right after we have met them in the book of Genesis, starting with the 3rd chapter, 1st through 7th verse. Now the serpent was more clever than any other wild creature that Jehovah made. He said to the woman, "Did God say you should not eat of a tree in the garden?" And the woman said, "Yes. God said we can eat of the fruits of all of the trees in the garden except one, that we should not eat of the one in the middle of the garden, and that if we do eat of it, or even touch it, we will die." The serpent said to the woman, "You're not going to die. For God knows that when you eat of it, your eyes will be opened, and you will be like God. You will know good from evil." So the woman saw that the tree was good to be digested. It was a delight to her eyes, and the tree was indeed desired to make one wise. So she took of its fruit and she ate of it. And then she went to Adam and suggested that he eat it too. Then the eyes of both of them were opened, and they knew that they were naked. And they sewed loincloths together of the figs and the leaves there in the garden. Then it goes on to talk about, well, because you did a terrible thing, I'm going to cause all of this pain and suffering for you. As a woman, you're going to have labor pains. As a man, you're going to have to work your ass off to make a living. And they're thrown out of the garden. So who is Adam and who is Eve? Like I said, it's a starting point. And for each of us, we come into this life with a very basic understanding of our intellectual nature and our feeling nature. Adam represents that intellectual thinking nature, thinking things through. And then Eve represents that feeling, emotional nature. And elsewhere we're told that whatever has joined together, let no man tear apart. Well, what he's talking about is this thinking and feeling nature. If you attempt to go through life just as an intellectual, you're going to get in some trouble. If you attempt to go through life just being emotional and feeling, you're probably going to get in trouble. But if these two work together and balance each other, then suddenly we start to make something of our lives. So that's why Eve is presented as this first female character in the Bible. Now, at the basis of our thinking and feeling nature, there is a starting level called Eden. All thoughts and feelings begin as energy, ideas. We get these ideas and we start to work them through. We have an understanding of them. And as we talked about when I did the creative process series starting in January through March, it's kind of like, yeah, okay, this is the way the mind really works. So we had this first first chapter of Genesis that talks about the spiritual nature in our mind, and then suddenly we're given this, okay, but here's this physical body we've been shoved into. So what do we do now? In this passage, we're told that the serpent entices Eve to eat of the fruit of the tree of the knowledge of good and evil. Did you notice that there's something missing from this passage? An apple. Yet, I've got an Adam's apple. I mean, it's become so much part of our vernacular. But one thing I have noticed over the years, it's come to me in meditation, is kind of like, okay, we've got these traditional views of things. It's kind of like, okay, I want to pray to God. Where should I pray to God? Well, you can pray anywhere. No, I need a place to pray for God. Okay, let's go over to this building here. It's called a church. And when you're in there, you can pray to God. Well, what does this fruit look like? How do I eat it? And so we come up with these devices. And suddenly we are following the denotation rather than the connotation of what's there, the symbols that are there. So she gives some to Adam, and then the result is they're thrown out of Eden. Go into, quote unquote, the world. So, let's take the symbolism here. The serpent. The fascinating thing here, and I'm noticing, especially here now in the 21st century, is that we're having the opportunity for all of the cultures of the world to work together, to collaborate. It's like, we talked about this 20 years ago in the seminary about how it's interesting, it's like a big jigsaw puzzle, and we've been given a piece. And we get together, people, okay, I grew up Catholic, so okay, there are these other Christians, that's another piece. Okay, now there's these Jews, and and then suddenly, oh, well, wait a minute, there's other stuff. There's Islam, there's Hinduism, there's Buddhism. What if we brought all of our puzzle pieces together and see what it shows us? Now, the reason our American Medical Association has these snakes going up a post is because the snake represents wisdom, or at least the wisdom of the physical world. And some of you may be familiar with spiral dynamics. I thought it was fascinating that there's this concept of spiral dynamics. In short, that each of us goes through phases as individuals, but also as a human race. And we're trying to work our way up to do it better, and it keeps going in a circle. We seem to come back around to a problem, and then we come back to the problem, but with a different level of consciousness. But think about the snake. Okay, it hugs the earth, and think about people 3,000 years ago. I hate to break this to you, but people back then would dissect bodies. And suddenly there's this snake which looks like the human spine. And it hugs the earth. It knows the earth really well. And it can just work its way through all of the various challenges that it has. It can climb trees even. But it also has something else that it does, and that is it escapes death on a regular basis. It throws off its skin. So to the ancients, it's kind of like, oh, this thing knows how to keep living. So the serpent symbolizes the sense consciousness, the 5 senses. Yes, I know we've got 6, but the 5 senses are what the snake's all about. And the snake says to Eve, oh, you got to try this. You'll love it. And what he's doing, or what the serpent is doing, is saying to our feeling nature, okay, would you like to explore something other than existence? Are you ready to experience a world in which you get the opportunity to decide what's good and what's evil? Are you willing to recognize that in this physical world there is a duality, there is a polarity, there's here, there's there, there's up, there's down, there's male and there's female. This phase of our development is referred to in Genesis as Adam and Eve. Our thinking and feeling nature are expelled from Eden, this place of passivity and innocence. Or we go out into the world. So is that good or bad that we were thrown out of the Garden of Eden? Some think, hey, I'd prefer to stay in the Garden of Eden. All of my needs are met, everything's fine, don't have to worry about anything. Don't get sick, don't have any problems, don't even know that there are problems. So the question comes down to is, would I rather be a vegetable or a human being? The Eve factor within us has made the decision. We have chosen to experience life. And yes, life is a wonderful adventure, but a lot of times it hurts. It's pleasant and it's unpleasant. But after 9 months in Eden, we are thrust into the world. We collaborate with our mother, and we are born. Suddenly, after 9 months of not having to worry about anything, well, our father and our mother provided the substance that eventually grew into an infant body. We're shoved out there. And I remember doing this Groff breath work where, you get into some of the feelings that you had, deep meditation. And it's like, okay, go back to when you were born. And I remember when I was shoved out and could feel the cold, the first thought that came to me was, oh, what did I do wrong that my mom got rid of me like that? It's like my first thought was taking on guilt and blame for something that didn't need any guilt or blame regarding it. So, what you'll see is that in these various narrative stories, especially in Genesis and Exodus, what they're trying to do is answer some of the basic questions about life. One of them is, well, how did we get here? So we get the story of Adam and Eve. Then there's another question, though, that this allegory of Adam and Eve explains, and that is, why do we do the things that we do? Especially the foolish, the harmful, the stupid things that we do. It's interesting when, if I walk, well, I remember my Catholic upbringing, or you go into any evangelical church down there at the conservative end of the spectrum of Christianity, they'll say, well, why do I do these disobedient and wicked things? And the answer is, it's because you're disobedient and wicked. What? What? WTF, Consider, though, that if Adam and Eve had not partaken of the knowledge of good and evil, we would not do things because we didn't know what was disobedient and wicked. If you literally read through Genesis, it's like, okay, they ate the fruit, but the only thing that was said is don't eat of this fruit in the middle. And hey, as Pandora's box taught us, all you need to do is say, whatever you do, don't do this. And we're going to give it a try. At the very least, touch the very edges of it. So, there are times we delude ourselves into thinking that we're separate from God, that we can rise above any challenge on our own human instincts. But there is a divine order in our evolution as we recognize we're doing things hopefully in a healthier way than our parents and our grandparents and our great-grandparents, going all the way back. We take our chances. I take my chances, and that didn't work out very well. But I learned, and I'll take my chance again and say, oh, yes, that's much more pleasant. Oh, that's very pleasurable. Oh, God, that hurts. These are the things that we do, and we do it because it's what we do. It's how we live. A spirit is a spiritual being having a human experience. We want to see, we want to hear, we want to taste, we want to smell, we want to touch life. And yes, we make mistakes along the way. And one thing I've embraced is that we come into this life multiple times. And if we come in multiple times, we have an opportunity to experience everything here in this physical world. I know for certain through some past life regression stuff, I was a woman in one life, had several children. But there's more than just male and female. There's poor, there's rich, there's straight, there's LGBTQ, there's pleasant and unpleasant in all of its various forms. And I think that's part of the process too, is just experiencing all that. Again, we're the jigsaw puzzle of physical world experience. So, if I make a mistake, am I doomed? Is it evil? You know, it's interesting how something that might be very good for me might not be very good for you. It's interesting that choices made by our government might be good for us, but not for another government. These are all choices we have to make. Something that's good, you know, it may be evil for others, and it's up for each one of us to decide, to put our labels on it. And perhaps as we grow and evolve, recognize we can remove some of those labels and recognize we don't know everything. So, I label this lesson in defense of Eve. Should Eve be condemned, or should she be celebrated? Should our emotional and feeling nature be condemned or celebrated? Somewhere within us, we made the choice. Yeah, I have this human body, I'm willing to give it a shot. Let's roll the dice and see how this life goes. Actually, I believe that there's more of a divine outline that we come up with. What do I want to experience in this life? How easy do I want to make it? So, I gave you a list of takeaways that are in your bulletin. The number one is that Eve is in all of us, just like Adam's in all of us. So, let's experience life. Let's be willing to embrace pleasure, pain, pleasant, unpleasant. We take our chances. And sometimes, you know, we're doing something because we feel deep down that we need to punish ourselves for something, or we need to kill the emotional pain that we're feeling. And believe in divine order, this idea that if we pray divine order, things will fall into place the way they need to fall into place, and that our plan might need to be thrown out because intuitively we're recognizing, hey, that's our plan. Now, I have a video I want to show you. You might want to watch the captions at the bottom of the screen.
Get up out of bed, wash your face, brush your teeth, comb your sleepy head. Here's your clothes and your shoes, hear the words I said. Get up now, get up and make your bed. Are you hot, are you cold, are you wearing that? Where's your books and your lunch and your homework at? Grab your coat and your gloves and your scarf and hat. Don't forget, you gotta feed the cat. Eat your breakfast, the experts tell us it's the most important meal of all. Take a vitamin so you will grow up one day to be big and tough. To remember the goddess will be seeing you at 3 2. Don't forget your piano lesson is this afternoon, so you must play, don't shovel. Choose slowly, but hurry, the bus is here, be careful, come back here. Did you wash behind your ears? Play outside, don't play rough. Would you just play fair? Be polite, make a friend, don't forget to share. Work it out, wait your turn, never take a dare. Get along, don't make me come down there. Clean your room, fold your clothes, put your stuff away. Make your bed, do it now. Do we have all day? Were you born in a barn? Would you like some hay? Can you even hear a word I say? Get off the phone, don't sit so close, turn it down. No texting at the table, no more computer time tonight. Your iPods,
me. But right now, I thank you. Not you roll your eyes at me. Close your mouth when you chew. We'd appreciate. Take a bite, maybe chew of the stuff you hate. Use your fork, do not burp, or I'll set you straight. Eat the food I put up on your plate. Get an A, get a George, don't be smart with me. Get a grip, get in here on count 2, 3. Get a job, get a life, get a PhD, get a go. So I don't care who started. You're grounded until you're 36. Get your story straight and tell the truth for once, for heaven's sake. And if all your friends jumped off a cliff, would you jump in? If I've said it once, I've said at least 1,000 times before that you're too old to act this way. It must be your body's DNA. Look at me when I am talking, stand up straighter when you walk a place. For everything and everything must be in place. Stop crying or I'll give you something real to cry about. Oh! Wash your face with your PJs on. Get in bed, get a hug, say a prayer with Mom. Don't forget, I love you. And tomorrow we will do this all again because the monster never ends. You don't need the reason why. Because. I said so, I said so, I said so, I said so. I'm the mom, the mom, the mom, the mom, the mom. Ta-da!
Now, I'm going to anticipate that some of you are going to want that video to show to other people. If you get onto YouTube, get Anita Renfro and Momisms, and one of them is labeled with lyrics. So, yeah, there's a lot of things in life we'd like to see changed, but when we really look back, I don't think I'd want to miss a thing. From the Christian Testament, letter to the Romans. We know that in everything, God works for good with those who love God, who are called according to God's purpose. And may you always be open to God's guidance and grace. And now we've got some special music.
Whew. This song has a lot of words too, but I don't know if I can follow that video. And I'm going to elaborate a little bit on Bob's topic. I take my chances. I took a walk in the rain one day on the wrong side of the tracks. I stood on the rail till I saw that train just to see how my heart would react. Now some people say that you shouldn't tempt fate, and for them I could not disagree. But I never learned nothing from playing it safe. I say fate should not tempt me. I take my chances. I don't mind working without a net. I take my chances. I take my chances every chance I get. Sat alone in the dark one night, tuning in by remote. I found a preacher who spoke of the light, but there was brimstone in his throat. He showed me the way according to him in return for my personal check. I flipped my channel back to CNN and I lit another cigarette. I take my chances. Oh, forgiveness doesn't come with a debt. I take my chances. I take my chances every chance I get. I crossed the lines of words and wire, and both have cut me deep. I've been frozen out and I've been on fire, and the tears are mine to weep. But I can cry until I laugh and laugh until I cry. So cut the deck right in half. I'll play from either side, 'cause I take my chances. I pay my dollar and I place my bet. I take my chances. I take my chances every chance I get. Take my chances. I remorse or regret. I take my chances. I take my chances every chance I get. I take my chances. I take my chances.
Thank you, thank you, thank you for that song. Beautiful. If you're here for the first time, we are glad that you're here. We hope that you finding a place of like-minded people and a place to belong. We teach spiritual tools that can help you no matter what you're doing in your life. Generosity is important to us, so we will donate $5 to a charity of your choice. Just write your email on a card in the welcome packet and leave it in our office, and we don't want to put you on the spot, but if there's anybody here for the first time, raise your hand and we'll get you a packet. We have 2 people here. Welcome. Thanks for coming. So I see a $5 donation and another $5 donation. Very good. Now we have an opportunity to support our spiritual cooperative. If you would like to donate by credit card, go to our website at unityhillcountry.org and click on Donate button. Please set up an automatic weekly or a monthly donation if you like. If you prefer, mail us a check to Unity of the Hill Country, 1016 Jefferson Street, Kerrville, Texas, 78028. We thank you in advance for your generosity. Would the ushers come forward, please, with the bags? Together, let us say our offering blessing. Divine love, as me, blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I give, and all that I receive. I send it forth with my blessings and my love. Open our hearts in gratitude for these freely given donations. We send these gifts forward through our congregation and into the world, blessing all that affects. Amen. We have some brief announcements. Please refer to your schedule of events in the back of your takeaway handout. The Serenity Al-Anon meets noon on Mondays. If you have a friend of loved one suffering from addiction and you need support, please visit Al-Anon. The Naked Now book study meets tomorrow, May the 1st at 2 p.m. This is not May the 1st. So this is what, May the 15th? Yeah. So they will not meet tomorrow. Oh, they will? Oh, okay. And we'll clarify that. We will meet tomorrow. Okay. A Course of Miracle meets at 4 o'clock on Wednesdays. Codependent Anonymous meets weekly on Thursday at 8 p.m. So visit coda.org for more information. The Center of Meditation group meets weekly at 10:30 a.m. on Thursdays. So if you have an opportunity to use the meditation chapel before the service on Sunday at 10:15. So you are welcome there. Kerrville Hearing Solution is a monthly self-help group affiliated with Hearing Loss Association of America. The group is to provide a place to find resources related to the hearing loss and make a connection in the community. Tuesday, May 23rd at 7 p.m., there will be a social and a presentation from audiologist Karina White from the Kerrville Association of Audiology. So that's the next thing that's coming up. If you are on Facebook, join our Facebook group, Unity Spiritual Network, and stay connected with our community online. On May 22nd until Tuesday, May 23rd, we will be having a parking lot seal-coated and painted. So parking will not be available in the building until Wednesday, May 24th. So we'll have that black tarry stuff on there, and it needs to be set. So if you walk on it, you will have a black bottom of black on your shoes, and you'll get that all over your carpet. So please watch your step.
Jack, I realized I forgot something, and that is, for Mother's Day, we often give people a flower on the way out, but Carla thought it might be much more appropriate for the women here today to get an apple on the way out. So if you're wondering why that's out there.
Okay. Yes, ma'am, you have an announcement? So Facebook can hear you.
It's every Tuesday, but it's not. It's every second Tuesday of the month. Okay?
Second Tuesday of the month.
Tuesday of the month. And all you ladies come out. It was wonderful. So in here it says it's every Tuesday, but it's every second Tuesday of the month. Okay. Crones of Kerrville is a women's group that we've started, and most everybody thinks a crone is an old woman with a wart on her nose with hair growing out of it. That's not what it is at all. It just simply means a woman of age, wisdom, and power who speaks her truth. So we had our first meeting last Wednesday. It's going to be every second Tuesday of the month from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. And we had 5 people, and it was wonderful. Come, open your heart. There's a flyer out front, and I just am so excited about it and really excited about what's going to happen with our group. Anyway, God bless all the mothers in here and all the fathers that support them.
Thank you. Okay, let's see if there's anything else. If you would like to have an opportunity to serve our community, please, there are slots open for the Sunday host, like myself today, ushers, daily word readers, and please let us know, and there's a sign-up sheet out in the lobby. So we would be happy to have you join us. Now it's time to end our gathering, so please join us in the peace song and the prayer of protection, and let's all form a big circle around the auditorium here.